Good evening, folks, and welcome to World Whispers. The world is speaking, and we're listening. Here now, a brief summary of the day's important events. Across the pond in Washington, D.C., it's a right pickle in Congress. Seems they're at loggerheads over the budget, threatening a government shutdown. A real humdinger, that. Out west in California, they're still mopping up after some nasty storms. A spot of bother for the Golden State, what with the damaged roads and homes. Down Mexico way, President Scheinbaum is headed to Sinaloa to tackle the rising crime wave after a federal agent was shot. A serious business indeed. Up in Canada, the chaps at the Globe and Mail are talking trade agreements and what they mean for business. Important stuff for the Canadian economy. And further south in Costa Rica, they're working hard to protect the Trefino watershed, a vital resource facing the effects of changing climate. Across the Atlantic, in London, Westminster is abuzz with talk of a parliamentary vote that could shake up things for Prime Minister Sunak. A bit of a political storm brewing there, it seems. In Germany, they're wrestling with economic troubles. What with rising inflation and the threat of recession. A worrisome situation for the fatherland. Spain is cracking down on emissions with new legislation to combat climate change, set to take effect next year. France, meanwhile, a most disturbing case has concluded in Avignon. A man named Pellicott has been convicted of unspeakable crimes against his ex-wife, with dozens of other men also facing justice. A truly shocking affair. And down in Italy, the political scene is heating up with elections on the horizon. The candidates are making their pitches, and the voters are listening closely. Moving eastward to India, they're predicting strong economic growth despite global uncertainties. Good news for the subcontinent. Over in China, new policies are being rolled out to bolster international trade amidst some rather tense geopolitical times. Japan is also adjusting its economic strategy to navigate the choppy waters of the global market. In Singapore, they're pushing ahead with new digital initiatives to keep their tech sector at the forefront. And on the Korean Peninsula, those delicate denuclearization talks continue between North and South, a matter of great importance for regional peace. Down in Africa, Kenya is gearing up for presidential elections early next year, a big moment for the nation. In South Africa, they're grappling with how poverty impacts education, a vital issue for the country's future. Uganda is waging a war on corruption within its government, a most commendable effort. Ghana has a new leader, John Mahama, elected earlier this month. And across East Africa, they're working together on regional trade agreements. Finally, in South America, Brazil is under scrutiny for its environmental policies, particularly regarding deforestation in the Amazon. A global concern, that. Argentina is facing economic headwinds, especially with inflation hitting hard. Chile is in the midst of a constitutional reform process, a significant moment in their history. Uruguay's latest census shows population growth, which will have implications for the future. And in Paraguay, farmers are struggling with the effects of a changing climate. And those are the murmurs of a busy globe here in World Whispers. Good night.